everybody, it's Elizabeth Bratcher from Soulful Creations. I am a psychic medium and I work out at Lake Macquarie in New South Wales. So today I'd like to bring you this video as an introduction to spiritual development. And the thing I'd like to do with this is just really kind of give you some real world, down to earth facts. Basically, there's so much kerfuffle that can be around this topic. And so today I just wanted to share with you just some of the things that, one, I think are a fundamental starting base, and two, just clear up some of the, I guess, the rumours and the bogus crap that we hear around it. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is meditation, okay? And meditation is really important. I know that a lot of you right now are going, oh, God, I can't meditate. What I want to suggest to you is actually that you just need to put in a little bit more effort and time with meditation. For years and years and years, I can't meditate. Then I actually tried consistently, and so it's one of those things. Look, I still have days that I can't get into it. My mind wanders. I fall asleep. All those kind of things. So meditation isn't something that you're looking to aspire to being a plus student with. It's about being comfortable with yourself in that journey, and understanding that there will be good days and bad days with it. The importance around meditation, however, is a couple of things, and that's one, whether or not you want to spiritually develop because of personal reasons or because you would like to connect in with mediumship or with your psychic ability, it is important that you can connect with yourself. And meditation is going to provide you the opportunity to do that. Okay, so one of the beautiful things that meditation does is, one, teaches you how to breathe, and also teaches you just how to start to learn to calm your mind. And one of the things I want to be really clear about with meditation is that you're allowed to think. It's not that we want to think the whole time through meditation by any means, but even those who have been meditating and practicing for many, many years still have the grocery list jump into their head, and what the kids are doing, all that kind of stuff there. And so what I want to suggest to you is that meditation is actually just going to help you allow those thoughts to come in, to be acknowledged, and then be dismissed. And then you can continue on with the meditation, and it's just about that free flow there. And there'll be times when you're completely into the meditation and thoughts won't invade yourself, but again, as I said, there's going to be days when that's a little bit more of a struggle. And so I want to just be clear that you're not aiming to have this silence of space in your head that's, all beautiful and shiny lights, because life is just not like that. And so don't expect it of yourself. Expectations, just very quickly too, with meditation there. It's really important you don't walk into meditations with expectations, because you are then kind of anticipating the next thing, and you don't then kind of keep yourself open to what wants to come, rather than you will have that expectation that X, Y, and Z is going to happen. And when that doesn't want to happen, you'll very quickly hinder the meditation process around it. The other beautiful part of meditation, obviously, is its health benefits there. I won't go into the many scientific things that have been proven, but very briefly, it reduces blood pressure, it helps reduce stress, it lowers, hires the immune system, I should say. Just for an example, and so meditation is also greatly going to enhance your health. And thirdly, but certainly not lastly, meditation provides a great opportunity to learn to connect with your spirit guides, and also to connect with spirit and past loved ones. So lots and lots of positive reasons to sit and meditate. I would suggest to you to give yourself at least a month before you come back and tell me again that you can't do it. 20 minutes a day. If you can do twice a day, awesome. But at least 20 minutes a day, and just get yourself a nice pair of stereo headphones. Jump on YouTube if you don't have any meditations at hand and you feel that you are not ready to start that on your own. And just look up a guided meditation for relaxation, a guided meditation for negative emotion release, a guided meditation to learn to meditate, all those kind of things. And basically just listen and just go with the flow and relax, and slowly but surely you'll find yourself starting to improve. You'll find your concentration starting to improve. You'll find your breathing patterns starting to fall more easily and more readily around all those things. And you'll find then that your development is really going to benefit from this. It's really, really important whether or not your development is a personal or a mediumship endeavour, that through those times you can bring yourself back to your own centre. Meditation is going to provide you the tools to learn to hear yourself clearly, to be able to listen to yourself clearly, to understand what it is that you're feeling more clearly as well. So meditation, in my opinion, is really vital, and definitely the first thing that you should be starting with on any development journey. Another thing that I want to touch on is lifestyle. And so the first thing is around your perspective on the earth and on the world there. You can't expect to walk around feeling sorry for yourself all day and finding the negative in everything and expecting all these beautiful, positive, wonderful things to happen to you. It's not going to happen. You will attract, where energy goes, energy flows, basically. So if you spend time finding the negative in everything, well then the negative in everything is going to spend time finding you as well. Okay, gratitude is really important, and I say this whether or not you're developing or just living your life there. If it's been shown that if you have a feeling of gratitude and you're holding that feeling of gratitude, that you cannot be angry, you cannot be you cannot have a negative emotion while you hold gratitude. There, your body just doesn't allow it. And they've done the little brain testy thingies, and seen that was actually quite an interesting documentary. And so gratitude, holding gratitude for things is really, really a beautiful way, one, to uplift yourself, but two, to find yourself in a positive light all the time. And by all the time, I mean, we all have negative moments, so don't feel that you've got to be this positive person all the time that never can be negative, because that in itself is not a good thing. And so gratitude is can be found in everything there. Even when everything feels so cumbersome around you, having gratitude for a beautiful day, having gratitude for the roof over your head, for the food on your plate, for the family. I know that all of those things seem like cliche things to be grateful for, but when you're not grateful for them, it means that you're taking them for granted. And so just switching that around a little bit, one, it really does lift the feeling in your heart, and two, it brings you back to reality a little bit as well. And so find things to be grateful for every single day. And just very quickly, and on a side note, and I'm going to share one of the benefits that I found to being grateful as well and having gratitude there was having children. Children are beautiful creatures, and I'm lucky to have 4 children earthbound, and so what I found was everyone would have heard when you're losing your patience and your temper to count to 10. Rather than doing that, find something that you're grateful for them for. So, while you've got your 3-year-old jumping up and down because you put tomato sauce on his chips after he asked for tomato sauce on his chips, I'm so grateful for your beautiful smile. And honestly, it just kind of lifts that nice, beautiful, loving feeling up within yourself, and it really does help you control your temper and your patience when you take off all the tomato sauce and they cry because there's no tomato sauce on there. Gratitude is so beautiful, and I think that it's one of the greatest tools and blessings that we have. And so just be mindful of that, I guess, who you surround yourself with, the way that you view the world, the way that you consider yourself a victim or not a victim, and the way that you look at your responsibility and place in situations will really definitely make a difference to the mindset and the movement forward that you have in that development. So another thing I want to talk about is food. Food is one of those really kind of subjects that I found a lot of information on, and I found a lot of conflicting information on. When I first started developing food, I didn't kind of give a mindful either way. I'd quite happily grab whatever it was on the way to a reading or whatever, just to make sure that there was food in my stomach. and it didn't do me any favours basically. So when I started to develop a mindfulness around the food, because what I found was, because I wasn't mindful for all those first years of life there, it's all starting to come back and bite me on the butt now. And so I thought, okay, I did a bit of research and I read quite in a few places that if I was vegetarian, for example, my mediumship skills would improve tenfold. And so I became a vegetarian purely based as a motivation, really, if I'm honest, just to develop my mediumship. And I'm sure that those of you who have been through that are having a little bit of a giggle to yourself, as I do too now in hindsight, because I had the opportunity then to gather a little bit more feedback from some mediums who, some of who were vegetarian and some who weren't vegetarian, and really discovered it was just a crock of crap. But what it is, though, around it is this. Spirit does not care if you eat a Big Mac or KFC, have a pizza, all the rest of it. They couldn't care less. But what it comes down to, though, is how your body cares about it. So if you're filling yourself up with stuff that, gives you heartburn, nose gives you reflux, nose makes you bloated, nose has a negative impact on your body, you're mindfully putting something into your body that your body doesn't want and like. But because your taste buds or your flavours want it, you ignore the other 95% of your body that's telling you no, and do it anyway. And that's when spirit cares, because you're not taking care of your body, you're not looking after yourself. And one of the ways that I think is a really good way to describe it as far as communication goes with spirit, for example, okay, is this. I don't have a visual example, so use your imaginations here with me. I've got a nice clear tube here, and it's full of a nice clear fluid. And that represents a body who is mindful about what they eat, doesn't fill themselves up with a ton of processed food. They might be vegetarian, they might not be, okay? But it's the mindfulness around their health and the things that they put into their body that is creating that nice fluid tube. Now, if I drop 5 cents into that tube, it's going to glide all the way down to the bottom in a nice clear line and land at the bottom. Now, if I have another tube over here that represents a body that has a diet that's high in processed foods, high in fatty foods, doesn't drink enough water, really isn't mindful around the food that they're consuming into themselves, okay? And this tube here has some little juts in the side, okay? So all the way down, there's little ledges, so to speak, all the way down the tube. And that represents the debris of the food that's left over in our body. And so if I drop that 5 cents down this tube, it's going to ping off of each one of those little ledges, all the way down. Okay, so if you picture those two journeys as a line of communication, you've got one that's falling nice and clearly, and you've got one that's going to be hitting all the sides, making a bit of noise, probably throwing a few extra words or taking a few extra words out, and eventually falling to the bottom. By the time that coin falls down to the bottom, this one's already landed nice and safely. This one's landed a couple of moments later and has had an awfully big journey on the way up there, okay? And so have a look at it in that way, whether you're communicating with yourself, whether you're communicating with spirit, whether you are looking just for a nice healthy energy flow. Picture those two tubes and have a look and see which one that you actually belong into, and then you can sort of kind of understand a little bit there around the hindrances and around the benefits there of a nice, clear, healthy diet. Water is one of those things as well. I just want to throw in quickly. I know we hear it all the time about how much water we need to drink. If you drink 2 litres of water a day, that's great. You'll already understand what I'm about to say. But if you don't, try it. Just really kind of be mindful around it for even just a week. And I'm telling you, you won't go back. The benefits to drinking 2 litres of water are absolutely awesome. As far as it goes, one, you're going to feel a lot better anyway. But two, the clarity that it brings around your thinking processes, your digestive systems and all those kind of things like that is really fantastic. Your body is made up of mostly water, and so if you have a look at it through your brain, for example, there, you've got all your neurons that are firing off in lines of communication and in bodily functions and responses and those kind of things there. Now, that is all in a fluid, and so if you're dehydrated, that fluid also dehydrates, and slowly your brain starts to come in on itself. And rather than having that free flow of thought and processes that are going around through your brain, it all of a sudden becomes quite tight. Okay, you'll know this when you get a dehydration headache. All right, so your brain screams in pain when you don't drink enough water, so you know that it's vital for it. There, but what you're actually doing is really inhibiting your ability to think clearly. And so water is really important. Your digestive system alone there, you know, especially in the summertime there, if you don't drink enough water, your body becomes constipated. Okay, and so you see so many different consequences of not drinking enough water, and so water is really important as well. Another thing, just quickly, that I want to touch on is affirming faith. Now, I'm not going to get into a religious conversation around this, and I will not even bother to share my own views on what I believe, because really at the end of the day, it's not important. What I feel, though, is important that you affirm your own faith. I was very much into the throes of my development when I was still struggling with what it is that I felt confident enough to say I believed in. And what I think it come down to in the end was what was the safe words to use, that was going to keep me neutral to everybody as far as working with a diversity of people. And I had an opportunity to work with a beautiful gentleman from the Arthur Findlay College in the UK at one of his workshops, and he basically just told me to get it together and work it out. If you want to believe in God, believe in God. And so basically what it did is it kind of allowed me to walk away and decide, yes, well, there is something up there that I believe in, and la-di-da-di-da-di-da. I'm now very strongly affirmed in my faith and what I believe in. And so I really advise you to do the same. For those of you who are saying, Bill, I just don't believe in God, that's fine. But if you want to be on a spiritual journey, you obviously believe in something. You know what I mean? If you believe in life after death, if you believe in spirit, then there's something up there. The spirit aren't up there free-ranging like chickens. There's a very intricate process of order that exists in heaven, and so there's something up there that governs it, for want of a better word. And you really, really need to figure out for yourself what it is that you believe in, and be confident in that, and have faith in that as well. Because if you don't, you're always kind of going to be wavering. You're going to waver on trust, you're going to waver on confidence, you're going to waver on where your information's coming from, all those kind of things there. And so, before you even bother starting to try to develop your faith. And that's really important as far as I'm concerned. And so I guess other than that, it is just around developing that trust in yourself as well. And practicing. Practice. And so I'm going to leave this video here for now, and I hope that I have covered for you the fundamental subjects of beginning your development. And so I know that this is kind of perhaps sometimes perceived as some of the boring stuff, and you just want to get into the fun side of it. But I can absolutely guarantee you, unless you're being mindful of the foundations there, you can build up this huge mansion of faith and spirituality. At some point in time, it will crumble because the foundation's weak. Okay, so before you rush, just take a breath and start to really attune yourself to these things that I've mentioned here. And of course, this is all just my own opinion. Others may agree, others may disagree. And so what I'd really, really like for you guys to do is, one, like this video, and two, also please leave me some comments around some of the subjects that you would like to delve a little bit deeper into. I've done this video today just as a very quick things on what I feel are the introduction to spiritualism. There's obviously so many subjects that we can cover, and I will cover those for you, but I would really appreciate some feedback along the way as to what you would like to focus on a little bit more strongly there. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Again, please feel free to subscribe. Please like this video. Please share this video with your friends. And I will catch you on the next video for our spiritual development from Elizabeth Bratcher. Enjoy the rest of your day.